Today we are going to talk about percent applications. Specifically, we're going to talk about issues like sales tax, tips, and discounts. In all of these situations, we will be using the universal percent proportion. Just as a reminder, the universal percent proportion is percent over 100 equals part over whole, and this can be used to solve any percent problem. Let's look at an application of how we can use the universal percent proportion to solve tax and tip problems. One of the things that we must remember in doing tax and tip problems is that sales tax and tips that we would give to a waiter or anyone else who might provide service to us are additions to what we already pay. So when we go to a restaurant and our server takes our orders, brings our drinks, brings our food, or perhaps it's someone who takes our groceries out at the grocery store, or maybe even it's our hairdresser, whoever has cut our hair. We're satisfied with the service that they have provided, and we want to give them something extra. We usually give them a tip. That's in addition to what we've already paid for our meal, our groceries, or the actual hairstyling that has been done. That tip is usually given as some percentage of the cost of the service that has been provided. Likewise with sales tax. Sales tax is a tax added on that's collected by government entities for whatever good, merchandise, service that you have purchased, and that's how they fund their operations, and we pay those in addition to. So, when we're given a problem, we determine the tax or tip using the universal percent proportion, and then we add that to our bill to get the total amount that we will pay. In our first example, we have Juan who's gone to a restaurant, wants to leave a tip for his server. He wants to leave an 18% tip. His meal costs $31.50. What is his total bill? This problem has two parts. The first part that we must find is we must find out how much the tip is, and once we find the tip, then we can determine the total bill. We're going to use the universal percent proportion to find out how much the tip would be. In this case, the whole is the $31.50. We're finding the portion of that we would leave as a tip. So the tip is actually the part. We can put everything into our proportion. Here is our percentage. So we have 18 over 100 equals X over 31.50. And again, 31.50 is our whole because that's the cost of the meal, and the tip is only a portion or a part of that. We do our cross products, and we get that X, or our tip, is $5.67. That is the amount of our tip. But we've not finished the problem yet. The question asks, what's the total bill? So we have to take our tip and add it to the cost of our meal. So our total would be $31.50 plus $5.67 And Juan's total bill is $37.17. That's $31.50 for the meal and $5.67 for the tip. Here's an example for you to try. Ahmed's meal costs $22.75 before tip. The restaurant automatically adds 15% for tip. What will be his total bill? Push pause, try to determine this on your own, and then come back and see how you did. This is also a two-part problem. You must first find the tip, and then once you find the tip, you must add that to get your total. We're going to use the universal percent proportion. To find our tip. Our percent is 15, so that's 15 over 100. 22.75 is the whole bill. The tip is the portion of that, so that is X. We do our cross products, and I will show the work for this one. We get 100X, and then 15 times 22.75 is 341.25. We will divide both sides by 100, and so for X we get 3.4125. Now this puts us in an interesting situation. We're dealing with money, dollars and cents. That's only 2 decimal places. We've got 4 in our final answer. So we have to round to the nearest penny. 1 is in our pennies place. We look behind the 1. It's a 2. It's not going to change anything. So our tip will be $3.41. Now we can take the 341 and add it to our other total. 22.75 plus 341. Ahmed's total bill is $26.16. Let's do one sales tax problem. Here's an example. Kelly goes to the store. She buys a leather jacket for $99.99. She has to also pay 7% sales tax. What is the total she pays for the jacket? Now, just like the tip problems, this is 2 parts. First part, we have to find the sales tax, and then once we find the sales tax, we add that to our cost to get our total. We're going to use the universal percent proportion, so percent over 100 equals part over whole. And again, the whole is the price beforehand, because the sales tax is only a portion, so that's going to be the part. 7 over 100 equals X over 99.99. After we do our cross products and solve our proportion, we will get that X equals 6.9993. Just like in our previous problem, we have more decimal spaces than we need, So we have to round to 2 decimal places because we're talking about money. And because this is a 9 back here, it's going to move everything up. So our sales tax will be $7 even. To find our total bill, $99.99 plus $7. Kelly pays $106.99 for the leather jacket. All we have to keep in mind, sales tax and tip are done the same way. They're things that we add to our bill. So once we find the part that the tax or the tip represents, we add it to our total, and that gives us the total that we would pay for our service or for the item that we're purchasing. Let's switch gears for a minute and begin talking about discounts. Discounts are amounts that we deduct from our original cost. Therefore, once we find the discount amount, we subtract it to find the sales price. Every time we find a discount, what we're going to do is we will always subtract. Here's an example problem that involves discount. LaShonda wants to buy a Wii U. They are on sale for 20% off. If the original price is $209.95, what is the sale price? Just like in the sales tax and the tip problems, this is a two-part problem. The first thing we must find is the discount. After we find the discount, then we can find the answer to our final question, which is the sales price. We're going to continue to use the universal percent proportion of percent over 100 equals part over whole. Our percent is 20. The whole, which is the original amount, is $209.95. We do not know what the discounted rate will be, the discount amount rather. We solve this using cross products, and we will get that X equals $41.99. That is the discounted amount. Now that we have our discount amount, we can find our sales price by taking our original amount, $209.95, and subtracting our discount amount, and we will get that our sales price is, we subtract the discount amount and we get a sales price of $157.96. Here's one for you to try on your own. Ellen has been waiting for a specific pair of shoes to go on sale. This weekend they're discounted 30%. What is the sale price if the shoes are regularly priced $115? Push pause and try this problem on your own, and then come back and see how you did. Okay, just like the other problem, we're going to use the universal percent proportion. So percent over 100 equals part over whole. Keeping in mind that our whole is always the original amount, we have 30 over 100, and that's equal to X over 115. We do our cross products, and we get that X equals $34.50. So now when we look for our sale price, we're saying 115 minus 34.50, and the sale price for the shoes is $80.50. So to wrap it all up, we can solve all of these problems by using the universal percent proportion. When we're doing tax and tip problems, we'll find the tax and tip amount and then add them to our total bill. And when we're doing discount problems, we will subtract.